Just about a week back, we started 2 new products. We like to innovate, and one of the innovations that you're familiar with is a 50-word edit. The idea was, if an editorial gives you our opinion, why should it take us 500 words like most newspapers do for you to know that opinion? That's why we know newspaper editorials are really rarely read. And that is the clutter that we were trying to break with 50-word edit. In the same spirit, we have started 2 new products which you must have seen by now. But if you haven't, please check these out in the next few days. One is instant analysis. That is when something really important happens. Like today, the results of South African elections have come out. Then, instead of you waiting for a long discussion or for me to give you a 25-minute, 20-minute cut the clutter, we'll have one of our experts, one of our key people give you a short capsule of analysis of about 4 to 7 minutes. That is instant analysis. Similarly, the other product is SnapOpinion. SnapOpinion is when something happens, when there is something that we think you feel strongly about and we feel strongly about, and we think we have something clear to say. No kintu, parantu, no ifs and buts, not on the one hand, on the other hand. Then we give you SnapOpinion all in less than 3 minutes. Although the idea is to say it in even less. So far, my colleagues in the newsroom have stolen a march over me, and they've been giving you instant analysis and SnapOpinion. Today, it's my turn, and I am talking about this EVM issue. You will also see this in our 50-word edit, which is now appearing on your screen as we talk. And it says, exit polls may be right or wrong. We will know in half a day. Meanwhile, stop sharpening that discredited EVM knife. It never cuts. It never will. The integrity of Indian elections is a great national asset and a public common good. Its credibility, that means the Indian elections credibility, does not change depending on whether your side wins or loses. So leave it alone. Having said that, I will tell you that it's not the first time. In fact, almost in every election, particularly when you see a swing type result, there are allegations of electoral malpractices at a mass level. It goes back to 1971 elections that Mrs. Gandhi won. That was the Garibi Hatao election. That's when the opposition lost, and the opposition was together at that point of time. And they said that Mrs. Gandhi had not won fairly. They had won because of Soviet friends. Because remember, that's around time, that was the era in which the Indo-Soviet Treaty of Peace, Friendship and Cooperation was also signed. And 1969 onwards, Mrs. Gandhi's government had taken a sharp left turn and had CPI, pro-Moscow at that point clearly, CPI as their partners. So an allegation was made by her opponents that she had won because she had imported a magic ink from her Soviet friends. Magic ink, and ballot papers were coated in that magic ink in such a way that after 72 hours, the stamp marks, those days, that was the era of stamp ballot papers. You had a ballot paper and you had to put a stamp, a little cross, a stamp on the symbol that you wanted to vote for. That after 72 hours, the stamp would disappear. It would fade and disappear from the symbols of any party other than the Congress. And on the Congress symbol, which was the cow and the calf at that point of time, the stamp will appear. So seriously were these allegations taken, and so quickly did the rumor get picked up that Balraj Badhok, who was a member of Bharatiya Jana Sangh, the parent of BJP, today's BJP, he went to Supreme Court with a petition giving out details and even saying that in places where counting had taken place before 72 hours, West Bengal, for example, Congress had not done so well. And that is the reason these ballot papers must be coated. Of course, the courts threw that petition out, and the Election Commission, in its report on the 1971 elections, said that this had been rightly consigned to the dustbin of history. Since then, we've seen many such allegations. People have gone to London and held show and tells to try and demonstrate how EVMs can be hacked at a large level, on a large scale basis, but all of that has turned out to be lacking credibility completely. So once again, trust the process, and any side, we don't know what will happen, but any side, please do respect the verdict that is delivered, because questioning India's electoral process actually amounts to knocking at the credibility of something that's most valuable to us Indians. Parties will come and parties will go. Somebody will win and somebody is lose, and who knows, tomorrow the equation might reverse. But for that, a good, healthy respect for the electoral system and the election machinery is a prerequisite. Now, how was that for Snap Opinion?